Hey YouTube, friends and family, glad you could join us today. It's Saturday. We're up here on the property doing some cleanup and continuing to settle in a little bit. In this episode, we're going to discuss the way we went about selecting this property. So y'all stick around, we'll be right back. Okay, when Leslie and I decided to go forward with finding some land, we came up with a list, a 5-item list. We did a lot of driving around, just looking in the countryside. We weren't getting very far. We wound up going down the same road a lot the same times, multiple times. So we finally got a little bit smarter, gave a list to a handful of realtors and let them try to do the work for us to a degree. We continued to look, but I had one realtor in Baldwin County that was a friend of a friend, and he also happened to have a land and appraisal business. So he was a land realtor. I don't recommend you searching out a residential home realtor to look for your land. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Send that email list out to everybody, as many as possible. Let them do some fishing for you. Anyway, here's the list that was important to us. Number one, we still work every day in Mobile, so it needs to be within, ideally, 30 minutes. If it was a really special piece of property, we may be willing to drive 45 minutes, but really wanted it to be 30 minutes. The next thing, it had to be north of the I-10 corridor. There's been some problems in the past with insurance companies after successive hurricanes in the late 2000s, ending with Katrina. A lot of the insurance companies bailed out of this area all along the coast. Anywhere south of I-10, they wouldn't renew you, and a lot of them just pulled out of Alabama and Mississippi. So I just didn't want that hassle going forward. The third thing, the property had to have water on it. I wasn't real particular what kind of water. I really didn't want to be right on the river because of seasonal flooding issues over there, but we're pretty close to it. I believe our elevation here at the highest point is somewhere near 200 feet above sea level. And then we've got some bottom land on here as well. The fourth thing is that we didn't want to front any paved highway. It's just too much noise for what we were looking for. If we're going to move to the country, I don't want to hear the cars. So we had to be down a county maintained road. That wasn't a real significant issue, but it doesn't have to be county maintained, but we don't want to be right on the blacktop. Okay, and the fifth thing is we wanted somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 acres. We knew ballpark what price per acre was going to be. Closer you got into town, of course it got a little bit higher. So 20 acres was what we thought we wanted to develop a farm into. So those 5 things, blasted out in an email to as many realtors as I could find that were especially in the land business. We shipped that out and sat back and waited. Continued to look ourselves, but cut back on just the driving in circles thing. So then we did have a couple of responses from a couple of different realtors. Short story is we tracked down one of them, came and took a look at it, walked the property, and we decided to go for it. So here we are. Let me show you around a little bit. Okay guys, you see this? Welcome to our property. 26 acres of this. Welcome to my driveway. Actually, this is the non-county maintained road, which means that it's our responsibility to maintain it, but this is the easement. I'll show you over here, this property to my west, my neighbor that shares my west property line. I want to say that's somewhere around 700 acre tract that they just cut. The good thing about that, they won't be back for a while, so that's a good thing. Bad thing is, as I mentioned, their logging trucks have torn this road up. But good part is they've got to repair it to like or better than they found it condition. It's just been so wet they hadn't been able to finish logging, and it's been wet. Just 2 weeks ago, one of the log trucks got stuck on this road, so that tells you how bad they let it get. But it's just been so wet, and you can tell it's that red clay. It gets real slick. Right now it's hard as a rock. We didn't get any rain this week. A little bit maybe Wednesday, I think, Thursday. Anyway, so we're, I don't know, almost a half a mile back off the highway. Again, that's my neighbor to the west. This piece right here is a separate parcel, and it's for sale. So y'all come on. Here's a really bad spot in the road. And that continues on to my neighbor's property. We turn off here, go through the gate. Now, the loggers hadn't been on this road, so can't blame this on them. But really hadn't been a need to maintain it all that much. It's just me and my one neighbor that use this. I've got a neighbor to the east. It's got, I believe it's 32 acres. Really nice guy. Hey Terrell. So this turns into a nice sand road. Drains really well. This piece over here, that's mine. This piece over here, that's the piece that's for sale. Okay, I kind of got this set up as a driveway. This is the high spot of the property. As you can tell, it slopes down that way. Right where the wood line is, it really drops off. Our bees over there. So, going back to purchasing the land, we did have a realtor give us a call. Said he had a piece of property he thought fit our criteria. So we set up an appointment, and Leslie and I got our hiking boots on and we walked the property line all the way around it. There was a series of kind of trails that crisscrossed and going into different areas. There's one right there. There's our well that we just dug. Got a simple pump sitting on it. So just waiting to hook up some solar. We're trying to decide whether we want to bring power in here or not. I know we will. Ultimately we'll wind up with power back here, but for now I sure would like to set up some solar. We'll see how that goes. But here's just some trees that we've got set out already. A couple of planter boxes that got different things in. There's Leslie's temporary bed, temporary flower bed. We dug up all the good stuff that was around our house. That little one, that's Gucci. He's a Bichon. He thinks he's 10 feet tall. And the other, the lab, that's Dixie. They're a pair now, they're buddies. So anyway, Leslie dug up the good stuff around the house and brought it up here so we could get started again. We've just about got everything hauled up here. I'm sorry, looks like a junkyard. We brought all our outdoor stuff that we had around the house. Right over here to the left, that's where I think we're going to put the barn. Right over this area. Kind of made the loop. This is the second driveway going back out to the sand road. So I'm gonna cut it off here. We'll be right back. Alright, those were the first set of pine trees that we cut down when we first started cutting trees. Just beyond that tote right there, down where you saw that pile of stumps. We cleared all that probably 3 summers ago, maybe 4, and so didn't really know what to do with them, didn't have any equipment, so we wound up just cutting them into little shorts. I don't know what we're going to do with them. We'll use them in campfire, something like that. But anyway, here's our little piece of a garden. We're trying to get soil amended. Got a lot of compost thrown on there. And we laid some big sheets of cardboard down. And then have been collecting leaves and dumping leaves on top of the compost. Okay, I'm standing over here by the little plot of land that we're trying to get amended. We came in here middle of last summer thinking that we were going to get it ready for a fall garden. Started tilling it up and it wasn't anything but powder. So this ground's pretty parched. We got some work to do on it. We'll get there. And then starting right here, we've kind of started planting some fruit trees. Yoshino cherry. We got plum, some apple. I don't know what all. I know there's a bunch of holes that I had to dig though. So, here's where we are. There's our travel trailer. Y'all just excuse the junk. As soon as I have a place to put it, we'll put it there. So, what do you think we need to do next? I think I need to get this barn built. I'm gonna get the travel trailer up under it, get it set up, then get all my toys and equipment and all the stuff that needs to be put away, start shaping this place up. But we're thinking we're going to put a barn right here, and then all of this trees will start coming down and clearing out, and that's where we'll have livestock. Kind of what we're thinking today. It's going to be a little bit before we can start on the cabin. What we thought we would do is build a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath cabin, maybe 800 square feet. Once we get ready to, once we sell our house in Mobile, we'll be able to do that. I think it's going to go somewhere down in there. We'll scrape all this off with a dozer when he gets here in a couple of weeks. We'll get started on it. Cabin will have to wait till the house sells. So, blueberry bushes, more fruit trees, trees down that we hadn't been able to pick up yet. Get to that probably this weekend, get them out of the way. Burn piles. The bees are over that ridge. I don't know if you can see the hives way back through there. So just a little walk around. Like I said, we've been here 4 years now. This is what we've been able to do in 4 years of just working maybe one day a weekend and not consistently every week. So beautiful up here, so peaceful at night, and we really love it. Still would like to take out some more of these trees through here, but they sure offer some welcome shade. We're going to open it up some more. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but just beyond the hives, that goes down to a spring-fed creek. So we got 2 nice little springs percolating. There's another the spring that heads off the creek is on my neighbor's property, not far on the other side of the property line. And then it comes onto my property, and I've got 2 or 3 other springs that continue to feed it. It's not a real big creek, but it's nice and cold, sandy bottom. It's beautiful down there. While the dozer's here, I'm gonna have him clear out fire lanes all the way around. We've got to just build a little infrastructure around here while we got a dozer. We'll cut some food plots for the deer. We got abundant deer and turkey running across the property. That's why we have to cage up these trees. So, all right. I think you've seen enough. I've probably made you seasick. I hope not. We're out. See, we got a few brambles. I don't know where I came up with that word. It's just thick. Got a lot of work. We'll get her done.